In this video I want to do an analysis of the old cartoon. It's called Thundar the Barbarian. So I want you to listen to the intro of Thundar the Barbarian. My mic is pretty bad. I need to get a new mic or something. But in the beginning, I'm going to play it now. Hopefully we can see what the volume is at. And let's see. Here we go. It's on loud. So here's the beginning of Thundar the Barbarian. Okay, so I'm going to pause it there just for a minute, and I want to describe, if you couldn't hear, I'm just going to get a new mic, but we have, in the year 1994, and this cartoon was made in 1980, I think, so they're looking like maybe 14 years ahead in the future. But so, in the year 1994, a rogue planet passes between the moon and the Earth, causing catastrophic devastation to the planet. Humans are cast back, forced to restart their civilization, and 2,000 years later, the world is strange and new. So that's where we left off at that part. Sounds a little familiar. Sound a little bit like the whole Nibiru thing, which was basically we have a thing where perhaps the person who created this cartoon was directly utilizing that as a reference to create a cartoon, or we just have a message here. I'm not quite sure. So it's a world of savagery, sorcery, and here we have another hero who basically has his sun sword, a sword of the sun, and his basically his sword is like another, is like a lightsaber looking type thing, and we have a Sasquatch looking friend, and then another lady who's, you know, a sorceress princess. So in reference to Nibiru, we have, you know, Nibiru, which is a planet who's on a counterclockwise elliptical orbit around the sun, which every 3,600 years passes through and causes some sort of earth catastrophes or climate changes, or some sort of you know, earthquakes and whatnot. It basically affects the planet in a lot of physical ways, which causes destruction, devastation, tidal waves in any way, shape, or form. It basically causes destruction. And here we have his enemy, which is a two-faced looking robotic type man, which is interesting because I feel that he has one face which looks normal, and then he has another face which looks completely different. In this cartoon we also have mutants and reptilians. Reptilians and mutants being the enemies once again. So if you watch further along in this video, then you can understand that I believe personally this is some sort of reference to Nibiru, or somebody just used it in order to basically create some sort of creative cartoon. So we have rat creatures, we have a sorceress, we have thundar, which is kind of weird to me too, because we have thundar cats, then we have thundar the barbarian, and they both have swords, and they're both swords of energy and power, which allow them to kind of and here we have a reference to the main enemy of Thundar the Barbarian, the Gemini. His name is the Gemini, which is the two-face. We have some sort of zodiac astrological reference here, which to me is not really a mistake. I mean, it's some sort of message going on here. And we have this like Sasquatch-looking friend, looks kind of like Chewbacca, but talks like Chewbacca kind of too. So as we go further into Thundar the Barbarian,
your powers can't harm me.
It's about time you showed up. Thanks for the ride, my friend.
we have a futuristic society where we have remnants of the past cities, the way the United States. Oh, here we have the Statue of Liberty being restored and the flame being burst. Now the Statue of Liberty is coming to life. It seems that we have some sort of Illuminati type symbolism going on here with the Gemini as the enemy, and the Gemini, who is the enemy, is actually using his power to bring the Statue of Liberty back to life, and now she's shooting her flame at Thundar the Barbarian. And he has his sun sword. So we have sun sword, we have the Statue of Liberty, and we have Gemini. There's 3 astrological zodiac type references in this, and she's basically using her torch as a weapon to destroy things. And he's riding a cloud. And I don't know what the reference to the Black Pearl is, but the Black Pearl, the Gemini is trying to get the Black Pearl. So he tosses the Black Pearl into the Statue of Liberty, and the Gemini and this guy disappears, and the Statue of Liberty is just standing there.
The Pearl's power cancels out Gemini sorcery. The danger is over. For now. Why so sudden, barbarian? This is our day of victory. To save our lives, I have...
So there you have it. I'm going to look further into this cartoon a little bit. I watched this as a kid. I also watched Thundercats and He-Man, and I'd like to do an analysis on He-Man because you have He-Man and you have She-Ra. You have He-Man, which has a sword. You have She-Ra has a sword. And you look at Thundercats, you see Mum-Ra, and then you look at He-Man and you see his twin sister She-Ra. Obviously Ra. We have a sword of power in each one of these cartoons. We have Thundercats, Thundar the Barbarian, He-Man, She-Ra, and we have other cartoons where swords are symbolized in some sort of form of energy, or like in Thundercats, it's symbolized as the pineal gland. And Thundar the Barbarian, for me, is basically a direct reference to the whole nibiru-annunaki thing, where you have a planet which enters the solar system and causes catastrophic destruction. All the cities are destroyed, and humans are left to rebuild thousands of years later, and it's a whole different existence. We have remnants of ancient cities which Thundar does not understand what they are. But you have Ariel, who is the sorceress, and she has knowledge of the past cities. She's one of the few who has knowledge that's been passed along down generation to generation, kind of like the pyramids. We don't know who built those. It's an ancient city. We restarted. Basically, they had a vast civilization at one point, and we had to restart. And we only have limited knowledge of them. There are certain people who have information that, will not share it. But in this case, Thundar has the ability to access some sort of information to learn about the past. So I find that interesting. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you think it's a direct, indirect kind of relation to the whole Anunnaki Nibiru Sumerian tablets, and it's quite interesting, actually. I find it fascinating. So let me know what you think about this one. Thanks.